News 4 Tucson Sports Director Paul Cicala shared a unique relationship with Olson as well. He joins us live from the McHale Center. Paul.
Hey Priscilla, as you can imagine, it's a very difficult day for people here on the campus of the University of Arizona and all throughout the old Pueblo. Of course, Coach Lute Olson is known internationally as a basketball coach, as one of the best ever. But here locally in the old Pueblo, he was known as a compassionate human being who, apart from basketball, spent most of his retirement dedicated to the betterment of Tucson, volunteering many times, and of course giving back to the community. And that's certainly evident with so many people showing up to the Lute Olson statue and his makeshift memorial. But one thing's for sure, as you had mentioned when you were presenting to me, that national championship is what is most remembered about Lute Olson.
By far, the crowning moment in Arizona athletic history was with Lute Olson leading the Wildcats to the 1997 National Championship. Lute Olson is the winningest Arizona basketball coach ever. Over 24 seasons at the U of A, Lute Olson was victorious in 589 games against just 187 losses, and took home 11 Pac-10 championships to go along with leading Arizona to 4 Final Fours. His first Final Four team in 1988 included guard Kenny Lofton, who after hoops ended up playing professional baseball for the Cleveland Indians. I asked Lofton what he'd miss most about Lute Olson.
Just his passion for the game and his teaching. He taught the game very well, and that was one of his main focus when we were practicing and playing. He was always a teacher of the game.
A teacher who, apart from developing scores of players who eventually suited up in pro ball, also influenced future coaches. Former players such as Steve Kerr, Bruce Frazier, and Luke Walton helped coach the Warriors to an NBA title.
You know, this is where it all started for him. He was looking for a place to walk on when he came here.
Almost everything I tried to do at Santa Rosa JC is similar to what Coach Olson did at Arizona, as far as doing things to promote the program, trying to hold players accountable, a lot of the basketball philosophy, get back on D, protect the paint, fundamentals.
This is a basketball town, and keep it that way.
This is Lute Olson at a special ceremony after retiring from coaching in 2008 after leading Arizona to 23 consecutive NCAA tournament appearances. Coach Olson also made an impact worldwide, leading the 1986 USA squad to a FIBA World Championship in Spain. Coach Olson would talk fondly about his USA team that defeated the USSR in the gold medal game. It was the first time the United States had won the World Championship in 32 years, and it was the last amateur basketball team to win an international competition. Even after retirement, he stayed busy in the Tucson community, taking part in the Lute Olson Fantasy Basketball Camp. Exchanges that would bring players from Africa, China, and Mexico to Tucson for goodwill games, and always being more than eager to get up close and personal with die-hard U of A fans. Along with his wife, Kelly, Olson also remained active, helping at-risk youth, including volunteering with the Boys and Girls Club of Tucson.
These kids need help. It's a tough environment now to grow up in, and we need to do all we can to help them.
What's the legacy of Lute Olson?
I mean, he's a legacy. He's went from all these different colleges, thinking Long Beach, then Iowa, then he come to Arizona, and he's been a winner everywhere he's went, and, everywhere he's been, and just his name and his legacy and what he stood for is something that's going to live, for a long time.
A lifetime of memories, multiple decades of giving back to the old Pueblo, and let's not forget Lute Olson's battle cry that'll live forever.
Go Wildcats.
Bear down, Coach Lute Olson, bear down, and rest in peace, my friend. And on a personal note, as somebody that was born and raised here in Tucson, Arizona, I, like many people from the old Pueblo, looked up to Lute Olson. We idolized him. All the kids who played basketball always wanted to go to the Lute Olson basketball camp. He was such an inspiration, but later in life, getting to see him retire from basketball, seeing how dedicated he was to the Boys and Girls Club and inner city kids and others that perhaps grew up less fortunate, that truly had a profound effect on myself and many others that are native Tucsonans. And of course, many others that are students and people who have moved here have continued to adopt the University of Arizona as fans, and that is much tribute to Coach Lute Olson as well. Now, coming up on News 4 Tucson at 4 and 5, we will continue our in-depth coverage, and I'll have more interviews with some of his former players and others he's had a profound impact on in the community. We've got you covered from McHale Center in front of the Lute Olson Memorial. Paul Cicala, News 4 Tucson.
All right, thank you, Paul. And reaction and condolences flooding social media this morning.